Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a super practical topic that every single driver in Washington state is going to want to know about, and that's how to navigate the online system to get a copy of your driving record. It might sound like a bit of a mundane task, but trust me, having this information right at your fingertips is incredibly empowering. So did you know that accessing your driving record in Washington is just a few clicks away and could actually save you major trouble on the road? Seriously. If you've ever dreaded the idea of taking time off work just to go stand in a line wrapped around the local Department of Licensing building, only to finally reach the front and realize you forgot a form, well, I've got great news for you. Doing this online is absolutely the ultimate time-saving solution. Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1, the what and why. So what exactly are you requesting here? Formally, it's called an abstract driving record, or ADR for short. You might also hear folks call it a motor vehicle report. Basically, you can think of this official document as the central hub for your entire driving history. I mean, from the exact moment you got your learner's permit, this giant ledger has been tracking your citations, your collisions, and literally any administrative actions taken by the state. Now, you might be wondering, why do I even need to look at this? Well, there are a ton of really practical reasons. You might need to verify that the information your auto insurance company is using to set your rates is actually accurate. Or, maybe you're applying for a new job that requires driving, or even volunteering for a school, and you've got to supply them with an employment record. If you've had past driving offenses, like a DUI or reckless driving, you might need to check your SR22 auto insurance compliance. Or maybe you just want the peace of mind of verifying that your license is in good standing. You definitely don't want to find out your license is suspended because of some old unpaid ticket you completely forgot about. And get this, here is a surprisingly massive reason why staying informed matters. In Washington state, a single speeding ticket can cause your car insurance premiums to jump by an average of 22%. That's a huge hit to the wallet. Because insurers look at the past 3 to 5 years of your history, checking your record lets you know exactly when a violation finally falls off, so you know exactly when it's time to shop around for better rates. Moving right along, let's look at Section 2, Types of Driving Records. Washington law is actually really strict about categorizing this data to protect your privacy, meaning there are 4 distinct types of driving records. First up is the full record, which you can get for yourself, and it shows absolutely everything: convictions, collisions, the whole 9 yards. Second is the insurance record, showing only a 3-year history of violations and collisions, which is specifically used for creating and renewing policies. Third is the employment record, used by employers and transit authorities. And finally, the alcohol/drug record, used by treatment facilities. It is super important to select the right one for your specific needs, so you don't end up wasting time or money buying the wrong document. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Section 3, Requirements for Online Access. To successfully request your record online, you're going to want your physical documents right in front of you. You'll need your Washington driver license, permit, or ID number. You know, the one that starts with WDL. You also need your social security number, your date of birth, and a valid Washington residential address. But here is the really fascinating part. To prevent identity theft, the system requires the exact details printed on your physical card, right down to the issue date and physical markers like your height, weight, and eye color. It seems like a lot, but honestly, it's an incredibly strict and very reassuring security measure. Got all your info? Great. Welcome to Section 4, Navigating License Express. Okay, here's how the whole shebang works. Step 1, you navigate to the official License Express portal. Step 2, you'll be redirected to the Secure Access Washington, or SAW, Identity Gateway. This is where you configure your multi-factor authentication. The system's going to email you a code, and you just input those final 6 digits to validate your login. Again, this is a highly positive security feature keeping your data locked down. Step 3, you bind your online profile using all those physical card details we just talked about. And step 4, boom, you're in. You now have access to your personal dashboard, where you can actually request the record. Now, once you purchase it, it's not always perfectly instantaneous, but it is fast. Your record will be available right there on your digital dashboard within 24 hours. The really crucial thing to remember here is that you have up to 30 days to print or download it as a PDF as many times as you need. Definitely make sure you save it to your hard drive so you don't have to pay for it all over again later. Now for everyone's favorite topic, money. Section 5, Costs and Payment Methods. The Washington State Department of Licensing charges a flat, non-refundable fee of $15 for each copy of a driving record you request. You just have to be prepared to pay this exactly at the time you place your order on the dashboard. As for how you pay, you can use major credit card or debit cards, specifically Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. But take note, a 3% convenience fee is added to your total by the payment vendor. However, here is a great pro tip for you. If you want to avoid that and keep it strictly to $15, you can pay directly using your checking account information online, which carries absolutely no added fee. Next up, a really important warning. Section 6, Security, Scams, and Privacy. Listen, scammers are constantly out there trying to trick drivers. The Department of Licensing is super clear on this point. They state, received a text demanding payment for tickets or fines? It's a scam. We currently won't request customer payments by text. So if you get a message with a shady link claiming your license is suspended, ignore it completely. Only use the official License Express channels by navigating to the DOL website yourself. If you ever suspect you've received a scam message, or, if you just run into any security issues or technical snags while setting up your License Express portal, don't panic. The state has dedicated technical assistance. You can immediately report it by emailing online services help at dol.wa.gov or by calling their customer contact center directly at 360-902-3900. And you can rest easy knowing the state strictly governs who can look at your data. Under the revised Code of Washington, Section 46.52(130), these records are considered strictly confidential. Entities that receive a record, like an employer, for example, are legally prohibited from divulging any of that information to a third party. Your personal history is highly, highly protected under state law. All right, let's wrap this all up. Section 7, Recap and Conclusion. So, the crucial point to take away from all this boils down to a simple 4-step checklist. Step 1. Figure out if you need a full insurance, employment, or alcohol/drug record. Step 2. Gather your physical license card and your social security number. Step 3. Log into the License Express portal and get through that Secure Access Washington authentication. And finally, Step 4. Pay your $15, ideally with a checking account to save that pesky fee, and download your record from your dashboard within 30 days. Seriously, even if you are a total beginner to state websites, you can absolutely do this with confidence. Just a quick professional disclaimer before we go. State procedures can and do evolve over time. Please verify all processes, fees, and requirements directly with the official Washington State Department of Licensing website at dol.wa.gov to ensure you have the absolute most current information before you begin. And that wraps up the explainer. So I've got to ask you, what motivated you to look into checking your Washington driving record today? Are you applying for a new job, fighting a ticket, or just doing a personal checkup to see if you can lower your insurance rates? Let us know down in the comments and share any tips or experiences you have with the process. Keep learning, stay safe out there on the roads, and we'll see you in the next one.